Hello, happy Monday and happy new moon. Oh, sorry, I just wanted to let that out. Yay, okay. I thought it would be kind of fun to do a new moon reading, just seeing what the energies are bringing in, what energies maybe Spirit wants to talk about. This could end up just being a reading in general, and it could be on the new moon. It could just be what Spirit wants to talk about. So I just thought that would be fun. So let's see. Spirit, what messages do you want to deliver to the collective this new moon? Ooh. King of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 5 of Cups. King of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 5 of Cups. These are such drastically different energies. Is this a pick a card reading? Sorry, I'm just not sure. Queen of Pentacles. No, I don't think it is. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. That's interesting. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles here. Well, then we have Judgment and the Hermit. And 2 of Swords is the back of the deck energy. And the Devil is popping out. Okay, so we have King of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 5 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Hermit. So let's look at what's going on here. This is a lot of energy. That's why I thought it was a pick a card at first, because it does feel like there's a couple different characters here. This is interesting because the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles here feel like separate energies. They almost feel like overarching energies. This feels like, so you know how the strike, the actors strike just ended, the SAG-AFTRA strike just ended. This is kind of giving me that energy in terms of, but like decision makers. It feels like there's some type of interaction with decision makers or with gatekeepers happening right now. And it feels like there's some type of transition from this space of kind of having to rely on these energies to give you permission or to help you, to support you. It feels like there's a shift in towards becoming more independent and not having to rely so much on the generosity of people who already have established wealth or people who already have established foundations. It feels like there's a move away from having to rely on gatekeepers and kind of receive through the means of others and the generosity, the kindness of others, into this space that's more self-fulfilling, or it's just more self-reliant. But in order, the process of moving into this space, though, feels like it's going to be a journey. And I think that what the new moon might be bringing in is a transition, is the beginning of this transition. So I think that people could be deciding to leave their jobs. I think that there could be decisions. I think there could be a loss of work. Like you might end up losing some type of thing that provided you with a lot of emotional stability, but maybe kept you kind of in havoc when it comes to your creativity. It feels like there is some type of switch up that's happening, and it's going to set you on a course of being able to figure out how to become the King and Queen of Pentacles rather than just working for them. So this feels like stepping into a place of financial empowerment, but it does feel like a journey. It feels like there's a couple steps, and it feels like the beginning of this journey might not feel so great. It might be kind of shaky, and you might feel very unstable and at a loss. Could be dealing with financial stresses. This could be causing emotional stress, and trying to figure out which idea is going to stick could be causing creative stress. I feel like there's a need for clarity, and I think that that's going to come through you kind of taking out some time to meditate on what it is that you want to do, how you want to move forward, and I feel like you have to make a judgment call, but in order to do that, I feel like you're going to need some time away to kind of meditate on all of your options. But there's definitely a decision that needs to be made, and I think it's regarding career or purpose, something that's connected to your sense of stability financially or emotionally, though I feel like it's tied together. Yeah. Okay. You could just be sick of your job. You could be sick of your job and sick of answering to someone. You could just be in this energy of, I don't want to have to be always answering to someone. I don't want to always have to be relying on someone else to take care of me. I want to be in control. I want to be the one in control. I want to have a different kind of freedom that actually probably requires more of yourself, more work, more time, but ultimately puts you in a position where you are at peace because you are in control of your situation. You're never going to be threatened with financial loss or job loss because of somebody else. It's on you, and I think you're ready to take on that responsibility and just, have a sense of power for yourself. With the Hierophant and the Emperor here, we just had these two energies come out. I feel like you're ready for more power. I think you're just not interested in listening to authority. Right now, you could be challenging authority, or you could feel challenges to authority. If you're the person in positions of authority, you could find that you're being challenged a lot. Maybe you're losing employees. Because I think people are overall trying to figure out what they want to do. I think you're also probably right now contemplating your next steps and long-term goals in terms of like where you want to head and what plan is going to maintain this sense of inner peace and put you in a position where you're not always stressed out and not always in this scattered energy. I think you want to feel more balanced and more in control. There's a lot around being more in control, having more authority. I think that right now you're coming from a place where you might have just experienced kind of like the last straw, like the straw that broke the camel's back, in terms of you're just over it. You're over feeling left out in the cold. You're over feeling heartbroken. You're over feeling disappointed. You're over feeling chaotic. You're over feeling restless. You no longer want to be living in this energy of, I don't know, if I don't know what to do, or you no longer want to be facing loss because of other people. You don't want to be affected by other people's choices so much. I feel like you don't want to be the one that's always hanging in the balance and feeling like you blow with the wind. you know, because I think that people could have been careless with you, with your heart, with your energy, with your time, and you're just noticing that people are out for themselves. And so you need to also be thinking about yourself. And I think you're realizing that a little bit more, that you need to have your focus be on you, because it's not guaranteed that other people are going to be prioritizing you or thinking about protecting you and assuring your future. So you want to assure your own future. And this could be energy that's being triggered by the new moon. Yeah. But this is definitely like wanting to become your own boss energy with the sun. Because it gives you a level of freedom that I think you're really looking forward to. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Yeah. I think you're moving towards, you have the Six of Wands, the Page of Wands, and then you have the the Ten of Wands, and the Three of Wands. So first of all fire. And then here, we have all air energy. Is that air energy? Yeah, all air energy. Back of deck energy is the Nine of Swords. Then we have the Six of Swords pop out and the Tower pop out, which is all air. And then behind the Tower, we have the Four of Wands. Yeah, I think you're over it. That's funny because the energy of today was the Ace of Pentacles. And this feels like the dawn of a new day. And not just the dawn of a new day, but the dawn of a new era for you, in terms of you're not interested in carrying the weight of others. You're not interested in carrying the burden of others and doing the dirty work of others. If you're going to be working your ass off, it's going to be because you're building something that is for yourself. If you're going to be working overtime and stressing out and not sleeping at night and using all of your creative energy, you're going to be using it on your own pursuits, rather than giving that to somebody else, or giving that to the system, or giving that to an employer that doesn't care about you. I think you're ready to charter a new path, and I think you're willing to be a novice. I think you're willing to be a beginner, because I think that you want to be able, there's this energy of wanting to be self-made and wanting to be the creator and wanting to be able to say that you got yourself, that you did this, you created this for yourself. And that you weren't just someone in the background. I think you're sick of being the one always watching other people reach their goals and create their dreams, live out their dreams. And I think that you want to be the one to receive your flowers, also because I think you have a generous heart and you want to be able to give back. And I think in the position that you're in right now, it's hard for you to be able to be generous because it's always about survival mode. But if you were living in a state that was a little bit more abundant and self-produced, then there's more of an ability for you to be generous, not only with your time and energy, but financially even. You might want to be someone who can give to charities and to help people, but you might be in a position where you can't do that working in the same job that you're working right now, or living in a path that you're living in right now. So I think that you're ready to put in the work. And even with this Three of Wands versus the Page of Wands, it's like in your current life right now, you could be someone who dreams a lot and asks for help. You know, you could be praying, or you could be asking, you could be trying to manifest, you could be setting intentions. But I think it's always kind of in this dreaming state, and you never, and whenever it does come to the work that you're doing, it feels like grueling work. It feels like back-breaking work, whether that's energetically or physically. It feels very taxing, but it feels like towards somebody else's benefit. It feels like you're climbing mountains for somebody else to receive a badge of honor, versus you climbing this mountain for yourself. You know, you're going all of these lengths for somebody else's will, for somebody else's desires, for somebody else's product or creations rather than your own. And I think you're realizing that you have so much strength and so much capability and so much ambition, but all of your dreaming and all of your desire and all of that energy that you could be manifesting with and you could be putting into your own desires goes to others. So I think you're like, I need to start over and I need to go on my own path. And I think you're also realizing you're connecting all of this work that you and energy that you put towards work, but working for someone else, you're realizing that energy can be put towards your own path and begin to give momentum to your dreams. Because I think you're realizing where the block is with manifesting. I think the block is that there's no space for the things that you want to come in because your time is consumed and your energy is consumed by outside things. So I think you're just finally fed up and willing to push back against what you've always maybe considered to be meaningful or successful or stable. I think you're willing to take a risk and go out on your own. And I think that this is going to be successful for you. I think it's going to be a journey, but I think it's going to be successful if you choose to commit on this path. I do think it'll be a journey though, so this is just the beginning. With this new moon energy, it's like planting the seeds. Yeah, I think you're probably still in the position where you're trying to decide which way you want to go. And you could be in this position where you're being offered a job or you're being offered an opportunity. An opportunity is presenting itself that appears to be closer to the kind of energy that you want in your life, but it's still working under somebody else, or it's still got these attachments. There's still these contingencies. And then there's this other opportunity that's a lot more solo, that's a lot more on you. There's more pressure on you. But I think that that's the path that you should go down, because this other offer that's coming in, and it seems like it's a dream fulfillment. It seems like it's a wish fulfillment. It seems like it's kind of your manifestations coming to fruition. It feels like there's contingencies. Like it feels like the ultimate energy is that it leads to burnout anyways. Yeah. I don't feel like it seems like it's something that would lead to burnout anyways, because it doesn't seem like it's still for you. It feels like it's ultimately towards somebody else's cause. And right now, I think you're really supposed to be self-focused. Yeah, with the 10 of Swords here and the 7 of Wands in the back. It feels like it's somebody else trapping you to do their work still, even though it might look more dreamy. So I think you need to go down the path that's self-focused. Yeah. It's like being able to just make your own schedule and work on your own time and dream. Have your dreams belong to you. You might also need to rest first. There's also this energy of there's a little bit of a burnout energy coming forward. So you might also need to rest before you get going on this path. Ten of Swords again, yeah. I think if you don't rest, you're going to burn out for sure. So I think that now is the time, if you have a break, and it could just be a day. I don't know how long. It's going to be different for everybody. But now is the time to just slow down, reflect, contemplate, rest, focus on recovery and getting back some of that energy that's been exerted over the past few months, over the past year even. And then I think that way you'll know when it's time to get up and begin again, versus if you don't rest and you just keep going and you keep working and you just take on this new opportunity, you're going to burn out. And it's going to end very quickly. I don't think it's going to last very long. I just don't think that I don't think that other opportunity is going to bear what you think it is. It doesn't feel like it's very fruitful versus resting and taking a minute to try and figure out what you want to do, but giving yourself the space to focus on you. This is also talking about self-care. Yeah, I think you're kind of overdue for some rest. Overdue for a break. King of Cups. There might also just be some emotional processing that needs to come forward right now, and this is the time to do it. So there might be some things coming up emotionally that you need to work through, especially with this moon energy. Death card. So we have the King of Cups, the Death card. There just might be things that you need to cut out of your life. Energies that you need to cut out of your energy. Like, I think that there are emotional ties that need to be cut. I think there's energetic ties that need to be cut. Anything that's filling your space and leaving you without enough room to focus on you, to focus on what you want to grow. Anything that's occupying your emotional space, your energetic space, that kind of puts you on this isolated island and takes up all of the room that is supposed to be for you, needs to go. It's like this energy of like too many people living in your house. Like you let all these people move in. It was supposed to be for a short period of time, but now suddenly, there's so many people living in your home and you don't have any room for yourself. Or like never being able to have a moment of peace and quiet, or your boss is always calling you outside of work or asking you to do overtime or all these favors or putting responsibilities on you that you're not getting paid for. It's just too much. Feels like a little bit of emotional exploitation and like physical exploitation of your time, your energy. And I feel like Spirit wants to put an end to that, which isn't necessarily going to be easy, but it does feel like it's going to be worth it. I don't want to promise that it's going to be easy because I don't think it is, but either way, I think you're facing an ending here because we have death on this side and we have the Ten of Swords on this side. So either way, something is going to come to an end, and it could either come to an end with you being in a power position because you've made the decision for this to end, and you're prioritizing your health, especially your mental and physical health and emotional health, all of your health. Prioritizing your health and doing this from a position of self-care and self-love versus you doing this from a position of burnout. What energy do you want to start this new beginning with? Because I feel like either way, there's a new beginning coming because you are at the end of this road. And you've got to make a decision on where you want to go, which way you want to go. I also feel like with this other opportunity that's coming in that would just be more work, it also feels like there's not complete honesty here. Like it feels like there's a little bit of Seven of Swords energy where information is being kept hidden or kept secret. I don't think you're fully aware of all that it's going to cost with this like Ten of Swords energy. It feels like being trapped. Two of Wands, Three of Pentacles, the Hermit. Two of Wands, Three of Pentacles, the Hermit. The Hermit's coming out again, so this is definitely a time for introspection. I think this is just a time to meditate and make plans. I don't think that you need to be carrying out so much action right now. I think you just need to be dreaming about what you want your future to look like and then making plans for that. Thinking about what kind of community, what kind of team you want. Yeah, because I think that right now is a time for healing. There's more of a focus on you healing right now. Yeah, and you kind of getting a hold on how you feel, what ideas you have, what means something to you, what moves you. Getting some clarity. And I think that clarity will come with the Hermit, with taking that time away, with the Four of Swords, with taking that time for rest. And with the Two of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, it's attached to that Page of Wands energy that we had before, which is back out, which just talks about making plans for the future, beginning to plant seeds, beginning to explore things, but through more of a dreamy state. This is more about vision, envisioning your life, envisioning your future, building a vision and holding that vision. And then also some healing around endings, sudden endings perhaps, and painful endings, and healing around having your energy be scattered, having your energy belong in several places. There could also right now be a focus on like energetic retrieval. So taking your energy back, reclaiming your energy, reclaiming your time. You have Temperance here and the Empress at the back of the deck. Yeah, it's time to focus on you. Because it feels like there's just this energy that's like robbing you, taking from you. And it's time for you to focus on filling your own cup. Yeah, and do some healing. Lots of healing, but I think taking time away to focus on building your own dreams and building up your own personal desires is what's going to be most beneficial right now, because I think you're tired of fighting. So I think it's okay to put the weapons down and stop fighting and just rest and think about the future. And I know that's easier said than done, and we're not all in a position to do things like that. But I think that there's an opening coming up right now where you might be able to. And I think, but you've got to be able to be open-minded enough to see the potential in this situation. Instead of seeing it like a pure loss, see it as an opening for you to begin to focus on what it is that you actually want to work on, what you want the rest of your life to look like. What are your desires? What have you put on the back burner that now has the opportunity to shine because there's this space that's been opened by this loss, by this letting go, by this cutting of ties. Oh. Oh, my legs. Okay. Yeah, people might be returning. You might want to return to school. You might want to go to school. You might want to take up a new practice. You might want to become an apprentice. It's kind of like exploring and becoming a beginner again, but in something that you're actually passionate about. Yeah, I think that there's a Tower moment coming. There's an ending coming. 10 of Wands again with Judgment and the Tower. There might be a sudden ending coming, but it's needed. And I think it's going to usher in a period of rest and ultimately allow you to reclaim your energy and begin to rekindle that spark for what it is that makes you feel alive, what it is that pushes you to move forward, and ultimately set you up for being in a position where you can receive your flowers, be honored the way you deserve to be, because I think that your current position in life is not honoring you and all that you do and all that you can do. I think you're meant to be in a position where you can help others. You're meant to be in a position of inspiration. So it's time to close the door on being in the shadows and always just being the support of others without ever really getting a thank you. There's really a lack of gratitude for you in the space that you're in, and you need to move beyond that. And this is like the last straw. It feels like this is a long time coming. Yeah, it's time to focus on yourself. You might be interested in entrepreneurship and even starting your own business. Yeah, creating your own practice and teaching other people. You might want to be a teacher, but there's just this energy of creating your own practice of centering yourself, and that ultimately being something that ends up helping others. But I think you're meant to be the boss. I think you're meant to be the delegator, the person in the position of authority. I don't think you're meant to be an employee. Or if you are, I think you're supposed to be higher up. There's this energy of like promotion, growth. Yeah. But I think you have to go after it. I think you have to make the active decision to pursue this. Because even when this loss shows up, because I do think there's some type of ending happening and it could feel like a loss, but even when that shows up, you could just stumble your way into another job that kind of recommits you to this cycle of working in this really self-sacrificial, martyr-like energy, where you never get to have your dreams be prioritized. You could stumble into that energy, or you could make the active decision to take some time, really think about what it is that matters to you, really think about where it is that you want to go, and rest, and then begin to plant seeds, begin to dream, begin to envision, begin to make a plan for how you can get there. And don't be afraid to be a beginner, and don't be afraid of the hard work that it might require, because it's not going to feel like work. It's going to feel exciting. It's going to feel stimulating. It's going to feel like you are doing what you're here to do because it's meaningful to you, and it's something that is ultimately building a foundation for you rather than just building up somebody else's world and leaving you hanging in the balance. It's time to kind of fight for yourself and fight for your future. This is also like kind of like thinking about retirement energy. You know, what do you want the end of your life to look like? The ending years of your life, ending decades. This is like long-term planning. Long-term health. What will result in long-term health and wealth for you? Where do you want to be? You might even consider moving. But right now we're just making plans. Not too focused on, we're just making plans and healing. Lots of healing from loss and feeling abandoned and feeling exploited. Take the time you need to heal before rushing into this new beginning. I think you are going to be given time, so take it. Take it. Okay. Let me get some oracle cards. Oh. Okay, Spirit. Any oracle messages? Oh, it's always like that recently. Back of the deck. Back of the deck energy. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Yes, just say yes. Ooh. Mintakin, belonging. Share your voice. But that yes and answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Say yes to it. And then protection. Call back your power. Cut the cords, soul retrieval. That's what I was talking about with all that energetic retrieval, reclaiming your energy. Soul retrieval. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. This could be healing of, this could be a generational pattern of people in your family who have always had to work for others, who have never been able to create their own means of wealth, who have always relied on others. This could be the process of buying a home and no longer renting, buying a home, buying land. Either way, it's just this energy of becoming self-sufficient. Maybe you're starting a garden because you don't want to rely on other people for food. Maybe you're learning to become a healer, medicine, learning more about medicine and taking care of your body so that you don't have to rely on others. Either way, there's this movement into independence, and this is ancestral. This is something that your ancestors are supporting you through, because this is something that this is a struggle they've also lived with. But yeah, and rest, deep replenishment. You need rest first before you begin on this. Rest. Okay, this is awesome energy. This is great, and this makes sense because this is Scorpio, so it's all about death, transformation, rebirth. So we're planting the seeds for our new beginning, and we're not going to begin this new beginning entering into just another cycle of working for the man, working for others. There's some type of achievement and beginning in self-sufficiency growing here. And who knows how fast it will grow. Who knows how long it will take. For everyone, it's going to be different, and it's going to be a journey nonetheless. But it's one that is going to be so soul-fulfilling. So if you can trust and have faith that this is something that you are meant to do and something you will be supported in doing, I think that you will really not regret it. Okay. Enjoy your new moon. Dream, envision, and rest, sleep, rest. Be kind to yourself, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.